Alright, everybody, welcome back to another video on the Jump Ball Podcast, or should I say another podcast on the Jump Ball Podcast in Season 2. We're back at it again. Obviously, Season 2 is our resurgence of the channel, bringing it back to life and making more videos for y'all. And today we're back. Today's just me and AS. We don't have any collabs, but it should be a good one. Also, we are having the resurgence of the travel issues. This time it's AS with the travel issues, so we're gonna have to work around that. But hope you all still enjoy today's video. AS, you want to say what's up?
What's up, guys? Yeah, it is me with the issue. I am in a different country right now, but we're gonna keep trying to make pods and videos. Also, if you guys didn't see already, we have a new series, a short series called "Speaking Facts" until we hit 200 subs. We have videos planned for that. So just try and help us end that series very quickly.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah,
anyway,
other than that,
without
let's get started.
yeah without any further delays, let's get to it. We are doing, as you can see, a free agency slash off season recap video. We haven't really done one of those this time, especially with our return. We want to start talking about the off season a little bit more because that was a big thing in the NBA. If we are an NBA channel, so let's get to it. Starting off with we're just gonna do a couple big moves, go over some big moves. If you want us to do a part 2 to this video with some more moves, we can totally do so. But let's get started with the biggest move, I would say. Paul George going to the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers instantly become title favorites. They have arguably one of the best big threes in the NBA. If Embiid was ever going to get a championship, it was going to be in this season. So hopefully they can have their chemistry and they can gel well. And that's the only way that they're going to get this championship for Embiid, or else he's just going to have a bad look if he doesn't win now.
I think also another big piece for the 76ers that they got in was Caleb Burton. I think they were just lacking that power off the bench last year, but now with Caleb Martin plus Kyle Lowry re-signing, they have a lot of depth and a lot of scoring in the starters. So I'm really excited to see the Sixers hopefully get past the Bucks and Knicks and that little that bump over there. If they can get over that and start competing with the Celtics, that'd be good.
Yeah. Well, moving on to our next big move, another massive move in free agency this year. Klay Thompson going to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, this this is a surprising move, and I would say that because I am a Warriors fan, and I firmly believe that no matter what, Klay was re-signing with us. I didn't think two thoughts of that. If Draymond re-signed, so would Klay. But unfortunately, that was not the case. He instead, well, after there was tension built up between the Warriors and Klay, after they ignored, like, kind of pushed him to the side, saying, "We'll get to you later." After we tried to make our improvements in the off season, um, he kind of took offense to that and decided that he wanted his bag elsewhere, and decided to choose the Dallas Mavericks as his best opportunity to get his fifth ring. And I kind of respect it, but I also respect the Warriors for not giving him a priority. I mean, he did have a struggling year, and he's on decline. So I would say getting better and maximizing Steph Curry was a key goal for the Warriors, and not overhyping or like not overpaying Klay was a good decision. And I would say this is kind of sad for most Warriors fans, but it needed to happen, and it happened. So Dallas, it's a good home for him. We'll see how he does.
And something I find kind of interesting is that even Michael Thompson, Clay Thompson's dad, did talk about this. Is that Clay Thompson? He wasn't just chasing the bag anymore. Obviously, you have 4 rings. You don't want to just go chase a bag. You want to keep winning this late in your career. He actually turned down a $20 million per year contract. Um, I think it was a $60 million for 3 years contract that was offered from the Lakers. He actually turned that down to go to the Mavericks. And I think with the Mavericks going to the finals last year and almost winning the championship. Maybe not almost, but they got really close. Now with Klay Thompson, they're dangerous. Now this year's Western Conference is going to be really fun to watch.
Next move, DeJounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, actually, I'll let AS start talking about it first.
Honestly, I think this is the first move in the offseason that just question mark. Why would the Hawks do this not for Brandon Ingram And why would the Hawks do this rather than trading Trey Young? I don't know. Because I feel like they could have just traded Dejounte Murray while in a tank, or not tank, but rebuild. Kind of still trying to be half decent, keep Dejounte Murray happy, but also going for Cooper Flag. With Zach Ricochet. Now I don't know why they didn't just trade Trey Young's massive contract away rather than trading Dejounte Murray.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like, I feel like this puts pressure on the New Orleans Pelicans to trade Brandon Ingram now because they can't pay everyone, obviously, and they don't have a center. Their only center on this team is Daniel Tice. Moving along to our next team, the Boston Celtics. Now, this graphic is kind of insane. If you were looking at the NBA a couple years ago, you would say that this graphic is fake. They have the two highest paid NBA players in the world, or I mean, excuse me, ever. They're drowning in contracts and they're clearly locked into this core that they have right now, their championship winning core. And I think that's a mistake, and this is what's going to be their downfall. Moving along to our next move. This was the first thing that happened when free agency started slash off season. Chicago trading Josh Giddey. Sorry, Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. Straight up.
Alex Caruso is not getting any younger. He's already a veteran in this league, and also with the Bulls, they're not even close to contending in the playoffs. Forget about contending for a championship; they're not even close to being in the playoffs. And they're going to be a playing team. They were going to be a playing team if they didn't do a move like this. I think now this sort of puts them in a little bit of a Cooper Flag race. And say what you want about Josh Giddey, but statistically, Josh Giddey is a way better player than Caruso.
Yeah, I feel like people may have overreacted at the bad season that Josh Giddey had, but I'd still think that this is a win for the OKC Thunder at this current moment because they get a win now player in Alex Caruso. Moving on to the next team or move, the Nova Knicks. So, Mikal Bridges gets traded in a trade that involved Bojan Bogdanovic and many picks. Now, my opinion, may be different from yours, may not be, but this trade was horrible for the Knicks. And I mean horrible because they gave up so much draft capital for like an elite role player. Don't get me wrong. Mikal Bridges, great player. But a win now role player is basically, well, not win now, more like elite role player. For so many picks was not worth it. And I know they wanted to build the Nova Knicks, and they did now. But really, was it worth it to give up so many picks? And also, these Jalen Brunson, the meme is that if the Villanova college actually taught economics because Jalen Brunson took a massive pay cut just to keep the Nova Knicks together. And I'm just thinking, why? Why would you do that? I mean, of course, you want to win a championship, but you're losing so much money just for that? Really? You could not just force your front office to do something like GM it, or have Mikal Bridges, and to add on to that, Mikal Bridges also wants to take a pay cut in his next contract. So I'm just thinking like okay, I guess, but I don't know. AS, what do you think?
Well, for starters, five first round picks for a really good role player. That is so much draft capital. I would have honestly liked it if like the Knicks lost player wise, they gave up I don't know, Randall or Hartenstein plus Bojan Bogdanovic in like a sign trade.
Yep. Now moving along to our next move, DeMar DeRozan to the Kings. And this is a move that I'm going to have a kind of unpopular opinion on. Okay? This was not a good move for the Kings. The fit is just not there, okay? You have De'Aaron Fox, very,
Wow.
very, very ball dominant player, okay? DeMar DeRozan, also a very, very ball dominant player, okay? And then you have somebody like DeMontis Sabonis, who, of course, he can go throw dimes and he can get rebounds, but he also needs the ball to facilitate and do those assists and then he's like a pick and roll partner, okay? You can't have two elite players and then have a pick and roll partner who also throws dimes, but he can't facilitate the offense because there's two ball dominant players. So I think that this is not going to work out well for the Kings, and I think that their bench depth is also very lackluster. I know they re-signed Malik Monk, but they really have nothing else.
And that is gonna wrap up today's podcast. Sorry for any background noise or possible lag in my voice because obviously I'm not in my personal setup right now. But we're gonna keep putting out with some pods, even though we're having some travel issues. Hope you guys liked today's video.
Peace.
Peace.